I don't know what to title this video, but I would let you be the judge. I'm just going to come here and talk about what is happening in society. Is it the battle of the pastors? Is it jealousy turned to hate? Is this, I don't know what this call out is. I understand that everywhere there would always be drama, even in the body of Christ, there's no difference. I want us to address this Abel Damina situation. I want us to also address, other gospel preachers in Nigeria as a whole. A lot of time it is increasingly becoming very common for a lot of persons to refer to religion, especially Christian religion and other denominations in Nigeria, as a money fetching venture. That they are just there for money. We've had lots of persons come to criticize what one pastor or the other does. And recently on this channel, I even made a video about some of the most controversial pastors that we have in Nigeria. And you know what is interesting? Abel Damina's name did not come up. That is because in the past, this man, yes, he used to be a prosperity preacher. He's the founder and lead pastor for Power City Church, located in Akwa Ibom, Uyo State, even though he's originally from Kaduna State. We're not even going to get very personal with this man, right? Let's just talk about it. So, he used to be a prosperity preacher, and then he came out and said, oh, sorry, church, let us revamp. We are not talking prosperity anymore. Have gone to get more education on this old Christendom situation. And so he became a more radical pastor who started talking about, oh, don't give tithes. There's no place in the Bible for tithes. Started having issues with some other teachings of these pastors. Now, this man has made some other controversial things. In fact, if you try and Google Abel Damina now, you're not going to see him as a pastor. You're going to see Dr. Abel Damina, internet personality. So is he revamping and trying to become an internet sensation? Are we about to see an influencer pastor? Because we've seen other pastors who have used social media as a tool. I mean, there's Odumeje, there's Oba Solomon. We've seen persons who call themselves men of God, and they are solely eating off social media and causing mayhem and whatever thing you want to see on social media. In fact, Jerry Eze, who we mentioned, also, used social media to to blow. For lack of a better word, that was what happened. He capitalized on COVID-19, started his own NSPDD. I don't even know how to pronounce that thing now, but he's the founder and pastor of Stream of Joy International, right? But the end, that thing, what God cannot do does not exist. That's the tagline, right? He started that. So, is this the battle for the most spiritual? I think that is what is going on. What exactly is going on in Christendom? Some persons are saying, oh, this is the forces of darkness. They don't want Christendom to exist anymore. That is why pastors are fighting pastors. This person is beefing this one. First, we are beefing pastors that they are too much involved in politics. David Ibiyomie came to say that he dashed God $1 million when he didn't have money. You did not have money. You had $1 million to dash God. What did you pay them? Guys, things are happening, but let's not get too carried away. Let us discuss this Abel Damina, Jerry Eze, and him being above every other pastor. He started with coming for NHA, Paul NHA, and his wife Becky of Dunamis in Abuja. He said that, oh, it was the one who ordained this Pastor Paul, Dr. Paul, as a pastor, as a minister back in 1996. That Minister Panapasi Paul ministered in that event, the revival event that happened, where he ordained Dr. Paul, and that Dr. Paul is now carrying shoulder, and some of his ministry and things he's saying is wrong. So this man is coming to claim hierarchy in the things of God. Right. He has also come to say that some of the things being preached, especially what David Ibiyomie said, because he said that when he became, so Dr. Abel got into ministry in 1984. Let's just establish that. So it's been actually OG in this Christendom thingy. So when he mentioned that some of the things that these new age ministers or these ministers were actually, Dr. Paul has also been in the ministry for a long time. David Ibiyomie has been in the ministry for a very long time also. So these people are not newbies in this ministerial work. Even Stream of Joy did not start in 2020. Stream of Joy's International have been in existence way before 2020 happened. Right. So it's like, well, anyways, Dr. Abel has now come to say that he's an OG And when he started getting money from this ministry work and all that, David Ibiyomie was still in Sele. He was not even born again. Celestial church members are saying, are you saying that we are not we? What are you trying to say? Are you saying that celestial church members cannot see heaven, or they will not see God, or because these people they are the sinners? So what exactly is going on? So I've tried to delve into it, and I've said this battle for the most spiritually. What caused Dr. Abel Damina's interaction? Why did all of this start? What does it stand to gain? And people that are responding to him, what do they stand to gain from that? That's what I want us to talk about, guys. I really do want us to talk about it. Because he has come to say that what God cannot do does not even exist in the Bible. He made examples. He featured on a podcast. And people are like, why is a pastor attending a podcast? I will get to his response concerning that. Let's tackle it one at a time. Right. I don't want to be all over the place. I want us to really dissect it. So he spoke to concerning Jerry Eze and said, even if I want to be tackling somebody in the ministry, it shouldn't be Jerry Eze. Funny enough, both of them are August children, no. Jerry Eze's birthday is 22nd August. Dr. Abel's birthday, 28th August, of course, years in between. Jerry Eze is 41. This man is in his 60s. Anyways, that's not the issue. Where was I? He said Jerry Eze is by far his junior. That people that are his boy in the ministry, that are Dr. Abel's boys in the ministry, are the ones Jerry Eze is a boy to. So he's the father that fathered Jerry Eze's father. Ancestor. Oshé. Do you understand? That so he's the one that mentored Jerry Eze's mentor's mentor. Not even Jerry Eze's mentor. So it's like OG, great-grandfather kind of business in the industry, in the ministry. It's an industry. I beg. In the industry. That so if Jerry Eze wants to start talking about what God cannot do does not exist, you should come and learn, because there are some things that God cannot do. He gave example. He said that there are some things that God cannot do. Some other person's argument is that there are some things that God can, that there is nothing God cannot do, but there are some things he won't do. But Dr. Damina is saying there are some things that God cannot even do. Not because he's not a good God or whatever, but that he doesn't even have the power to do them. That's his own argument. And he also came for, okay, so let me finish Jerry Eze's situation. Jerry Eze has responded, sort of. And it was like, I don't respond to people. I won't respond to people. Because Dr. Damina also said some of the miracles are RNG miracle. But Dr. Damina made a statement, and I sure I've mentioned it now, but I still want to reiterate, because I want us to actually dissect it. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. I want us to dissect it. Because I mentioned earlier, is this jealousy turned to hate? Remember that I said that he used to preach prosperity messages and healings and miracles. Dr. Abel says he still believes in miracles, he still believes in healings and whatnot, but that not the RNG thing happening. And that the templates that these new age ministers are using, he taught his own mentors, who now mentored these people's mentor. Do you understand? That so he is the one that formed these templates. So the question is, for this man to say is this template they are using, and he's one that maybe sort of started this old way of doing God ministry, is he saying that he was also doing RNG miracles? You get? Because he said that he had at one point woken the dead. He said he had healed the blind. That is Dr. Abel himself saying that he had also performed miracles. So is he saying that those miracles that he performed were, in his own words, RNG? Because he said that people who brought crutches to Dr. Jerry Eze's, because I feel like the thing that caused all of this is the fact that this man carried miracle to go and do out of the country. He didn't just stay in Nigeria to heal, and he didn't just try and do just, online ministrations where people were healed. Because if I had testimonies of people coming to say, oh, Pastor Jerry Eze, or 7 a.m. prayers, or they were there, or this one that will happen to their system, they were fine, even though he prayed, online, not physically. Is it the fact that he went out of the country and he was able to feel, to gather almost 100,000 people to come worship with him, and he performed some miracles online and on site? Is that what is causing these issues? Right? Because he now said it's arranged, and that they all came with the same brand of crutches, the same color, They were all brand new. So he had planted these guys. And this is not the first time that ministers will be accused of planting miracles. The late Prophet T.B. Joshua also had his ministry sort of mad with things. Even in his passing, you know, BBC held a documentary, they released a documentary where his church members spoke things about him and the things he used to do in ministry, insinuating that it wasn't all that called, or maybe it was called, but it wasn't all of his miracles and all of his deeds were not all spiritual occurrences, and it maybe arranged some of them. Dr. Paul also came for, Dr. Abel Damina, he also came for Dunsi Onyekon. He actually has been coming for a lot of music, for a lot of ministers. And people are like, see, guy, you are either jealous, it's not like you are actually jealous, and you want to gain this, you want to become what they are. But unfortunately, it looks like your time has expired. I don't know if time expired, but this man has staunch followership. He has people who are actually really following him, and people are not questioning. People are actually really supporting him. Because I said I was going to mention his response to featuring on a podcast. He said that if you have a problem with him going on a podcast to talk, he can leave his church. You don't have to follow his teachings. He said that he wants people who are actually called sinners, because what he has gone to on that podcast to do is to preach to sinners. A little contradictory if you ask me, because you didn't go there to preach. You went there to tear apart some other ministers who, according to you, you are the father, their own father. So they should be looking and talking about you in reverence. You shouldn't be the one man. They shouldn't have to get on their own pulpits to also disrespect you and address some of the things you have said concerning them. I don't think that, just my own opinion. I would like to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section, because that was what he said. He said he has gone to the sinners. He wants the sinners. And how is he going to get the sinners? He does not go and sit in their midst. So Nedu them, all of you people, you are sinners. So in case you do not know, thank you very much. That's so. According to Dr. Abel's illustration, it's not me. Say for thanks. But like, that's what he went there to do. So I just want us to look at it and gauge the situation. Let's just really talk about it. And sorry, I want to say something. Salem, Wagwan. You know who Salem is? Because his former fiancée, his ex-girlfriend, Presh, she deceived all her friends. That one happened. Why is it that controversy used to follow this young man? Unprovoked. He married Dr. Abel's daughter. How many months after their marriage, Dr. Abel is being dragged left, right, center. This man is a creative on social media. We all love him. I know he's not going to respond to it. I'm sure they are going to see that. It's going to be like, why? I don't know. I just need to chip that, because I actually have thought about it. Like, what exactly is going on? But that's just by the way. Dr. Abel is married to his wife Rachel, and they have 3 beautiful girls together. They refer to themselves as triple J plus. Their name starts with JJJ. 3 of them, their name starts with J. And Salem is married to one of the ladies. It was a very beautiful affair. But yeah, I don't want to talk that one. Sorry, don't come for me. See for thanks. Anyways, that's just it in this video. I really wanted us to talk about Dr. Abel's reaction and Dr. Jerry Eze's reaction, and also David Ibiyomie's claim that he gave God $1,000, and now he's one of the richest pastors in the world, not just in Africa. And I know on this channel so many times we talk about pastors, their wealth, and how they get their money and all that. But Dr. Abel is saying that's just prosperity message. Him wanting people to come and sow seed. Somebody else was like, Dr. Abel, I was in a ministration of yours. Where you came, you off your shoe, and you said people should put money inside it. What was that also? But like he said, the template that these ministers are using, he coined the template. So yes, he also does it. Anyways, is this a case of kettle calling pot black? I don't know. I don't want us to talk about it. What is going on in Christendom? That's just the sum of it. What is going on in the Christian ministry? Thank you for watching this video. This is GistTube TV.